So today I'm going to show you how I make my biscuits and gravy breakfast casserole. And what I'm doing right now is just browning up the breakfast sausage. I'll have the whole recipe on screen so you can just take a screenshot or whatever. But right now I'm just browning up the sausage. And then after that I'm going to make this into a sausage gravy. So adding some butter, or no, not butter, just flour and milk and some seasonings. And once I get there, I will show you. So this is all browned up, and now what I'm going to do is add my seasonings. And what I'm going to do first is add a half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon onion powder, half teaspoon black pepper, and I also forgot to add that I did add 2 teaspoons minced garlic to this because you're supposed to do half teaspoon of garlic powder, but I didn't have any on hand, so I'm using what I got. So I'm just going to give that a little stir, and now I'm going to add my 4 tablespoons of flour. So now that I have my flour all incorporated, I have 3 cups of milk. Right here is 2. I'm going to add this just a little by little and stir. Okay, right here is half whipping cream, half whole milk. You don't have to, you can use all milk. I just was trying to get rid of some whipping cream I had. And then you're gonna let this come to a boil, or like a boil, and then you wanna low simmer it just for until it thickens a little bit more to your liking before you pour it into your casserole. So while this is coming to a simmer, I'm going to show you how I prepare my eggs and the biscuits. Right here I have my bowl for my eggs. I'm actually splitting this recipe in half, so I'm only doing 3 eggs, but it calls for 6. So I'm doing 3 eggs and then half of the gravy, and I'm going to freeze the rest of the gravy, I think. Just because it does serve a lot and I don't need all of that for how many people I'm serving. So you got your eggs, and then you're gonna add a little bit of milk. I'd say a 1/4 cup, because you're gonna need a half cup for the full 6 eggs. And then I'm going to add some salt. It calls for a 1/4 teaspoon for 6 eggs. So I'm going to do half of a 1/4. And then just a little bit of onion powder. I'd say half teaspoon. And then a sprinkle of pepper. And then you're going to want to give this a good whip. This gravy is coming together nicely, starting to bubble. I'm just going to let it bubble a little bit more. And if you want a thinner gravy, you can always add another cup of milk. So right here I have 3 biscuits. Well, I have a total of 5. What I'm going to do is cut up 3, quarter them, put those on the bottom. And then I'm going to cut up the other 2, put those on the top as the topping. I'm gonna take my egg mixture and just pour it right over. So I have the eggs in there and the biscuits, and now I'm going to lay down some cheese. So I'm gonna get that shredded up, I forgot. I'd say I have about a cup of cheese right here, and I'm going to sprinkle some right here first. And then I'm going to pour some of this gravy over. I'm going to use a ladle just to see how much I want, because I'm not using all of this gravy because this is a doubled batch. That seems about a good amount. Really just guesstimating. So now for the final step is quartering, or I'm just gonna chop these biscuits up. And we're gonna lay these on top. And I've done it before where I didn't put any on top, and the biscuits, they will still come up to the top. But I've seen it done like this, and then you get some crispy biscuits on top. So you're gonna top it with the remainder of your cup of cheese. I am going to sprinkle a little bit of parsley just for some color. Alright, my oven is set to 350. I'm gonna cover this and let it cook for 20-25 minutes. If it was doubled, I would do 35-40 minutes, but it's not. So yeah, I'm gonna cover this with foil and then cook it for 20-25 minutes and then show you what it's looking like. So I took it out and I noticed that it was still jiggly, so I put it back in uncovered for another 10 minutes. Hopefully that will have it all cooked. So I'm gonna see how long this takes. So this was cooking for a total of 30 minutes covered and then 15 minutes uncovered, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to plate this up real soon here and show you what it looks like all plated up. And here's Avea. Good morning. Excuse my nasty orange plate, but here it is plated up. And I have a bite ready to go with some gravy and biscuits, and I'm gonna test it out. Super tasty. I really recommend this recipe. I made it on Christmas and everyone was a fan of it. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe and I hope you try it out. Let me know if you do in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye-bye.